Yes, so how do we create the trust framework? Of course, you need to start with what is the trust framework for. So we are looking, and that's our experience, on rather confined communities that work together, of course including the individual as a stakeholder, and that needs a trust framework. Now, I don't personally like the notion of trust framework because you then need to trust the framework, and we don't like that. Rather, we would like the other party to give us trust assurance. And we want that trust assurance to be end-to-end. So if I give my data away for some process or some service, I need to be ensured how it is used and what I get back and so forth. So in order to organize that, we built on a fairly elaborate technical infrastructure. We ran Europe's largest end-to-end trust assurance project. And that includes a trust framework or a trust insurance framework if you want. And that sits in 3 layers. So on top, this whole network, this framework needs to be governed. And in our case, we're looking at regions and industry sectors. So it's often a public-private partnership governance board, which has an advisory board. In the layer below that, you have a number of functions to help organize everything. So you have an entity that does acquisition of companies as new members and registers them. You have an accountability committee that takes action if something goes wrong. And you have a trust network provider that actually, through all the technology that we provide, can see what happens and can interact and then alerts the accountability committee when something is needed. Below that, you have then the layer where individuals and organizations interact with each other, and they are assured of really an end-to-end trust assurance network, which uses policies. So both users and service providers use policies, and are sure that the other side accepts that policy before a transaction actually can happen.